Okay. So, yes children, here instead of density, what they gave it as gram per centimeter cube. This I didn't observe this. So, gram per centimeter cube. Let me recheck this. What is this? 250 gram per centimeter cube into 25 centimeter cube. Then what is the answer? Centimeter per minus 3 and centimeter cube. Minus 3 plus 3 cancel. So what is left over? Only grams. So answer is 6250 grams. But nowhere is the 6250 grams is there? Not there. But here kgs is also there. So if these two are not the proper answer, we need to check for kgs. In order to convert grams to kgs, what you need to do? 1 gram equals to 1 by 1000 kgs. So 6250 grams is equals to 6250 by 1000 kgs. Now simplify how much it will be? It will be 6.25 kg. What is the answer? 6.25 or 6.250 kgs. Got it children? Okay. Next, find the mass of 555 centimeter cube of iron in kg when density of iron is given as 7.6 gram per centimeter cube. So mass is given as how much? 555. Mass you are asked to find out. Volume is given when density of iron is also given. Density is given and volume is given. You are asked to find out mass. As density equals to mass by volume. So clearly mass is equals to density into volume. Okay children? So you are asked to find out mass when density is given as how much children? 7.6 gram per centimeter cube. And volume is given to be 555 centimeter cube. Okay. So mass is measured in centimeter cube and centimeter cube gets cancelled. So 7.6 into 355. How much you might get it? It will be something around 42180 grams. How much is that? 42180 grams. Multiply and see children. But answer is in again kgs. In order to convert in kgs, what you need to do? 42180 grams upon 1000 will convert it into kgs. So 4218 upon 100 is nothing but you have 42.18 kgs. So where is the answer? 42.18 kgs. Here goes your answer. Understood? Okay. Calculate the volume of wood of mass 6000 kg when the density of wood is 0.8 gram per centimeter cube. What is given means again mass is given and density is given. You are asked to find out volume. But look here children, here it is given in kg whereas here it is given in gram per centimeter cube. Options you have together, both the meter cube and centimeter cube is there. So any one thing we'll go with and then we'll convert it. So formula again, density equals to mass by volume. So what you know? You are given the value of density is given as well as mass is given. You are asked to find out volume. So bring this volume here and carry this density here. Interchange. Bring the volume here. Then how much is this? Volume equals to mass upon density, carry volume here and density here. So mass by density. So in order to find the volume, formula for volume is mass by density. How much mass is given? 6000 kg upon density is 0.8 gram per centimeter cube. This is in kgs and this is in gram per centimeter cube. So what shall we do? Either we should divide this to convert in this, but gram per centimeter cube you may feel difficulty. I'll convert this. 6000 kgs into grams means what you will be doing? So 6000 into 1000 grams. 6000 into 1000 grams upon 0.8 gram per centimeter cube. Gram cancel, centimeter cube will go to the later side. Hence the volume will be equals to 6,000,000. This down centimeter cube will carried upward means centimeter cube whole upon 0.8. Is that clear, children? Okay. So this can either be written as, if you want to convert, remove this decimal, it can be written as, how much is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, whatever it is. 6,000,000. I want to remove this decimal. I am keeping one more 0. Centimeter cube upon 8. Okay. So, you further simplify this, then it can be written as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 60 by 8 into 10 power 6 centimeter cube. That's better to write. So, what is 60 upon 8, children? 8 6. 8 7s are 56. Okay, 40. 8 5s are 40. 7.5 into 10 power 6 centimeter cube. Children, 1 meter is 100 centimeter cube, 100 centimeters. So, 10 power 6 centimeter cube is equals to 1 meter cube, because here you have 6 zeros, 100, 100, 100. Every 100 centimeters will be 1 meter. So, these many centimeter cube will be 1 meter cube. Okay. Hence, this can also be written as 7.5 meter cube. Look at the option 7.5 meter cube. Here goes your answer. Okay. So, I think every part is clear. This is 10 power 6 centimeter cube. I wrote it as 1 meter cube. Okay. Any confusion means I'll clear it here itself. 1 meter cube can be written as 1 meter into 1 meter into 1 meter, nothing but 100 centimeter into 100 centimeter into 100 centimeter. So, this is nothing but 10 power 2, 4, 6 centimeter into centimeter into centimeter cube. So, 1 meter cube is equals to 10 power 6 centimeter cube. So, instead of 10 power 6 centimeter cube, I can write it as 1 meter cube. Is it clear, children? Okay. Mass of liquid is 72 grams. Mass is given. Initial volume of water measuring is 24 centimeter cube. Final volume, that means both together, solid along with water, is given as 42. Then from the above data, the density of the solid is, well, again the same old formula. What is that, children? Density equals to mass by volume. You are asked to find out density. How much is the mass given? Mass is given to be 72 grams. And volume means together it is 42. Individual only liquid, it is 24. So only solid means this solid plus water minus water. Then how much is that? 42 minus 24. Units is centimeter cube. Hence your answer would be 72 grams upon 42 minus 24. How much is that, children? Yes, it is 18 centimeter cube. So 72 gram upon 18 centimeter cube. Hence the value of density would be 18,472. So 4. So directly 4 is not given. 4.0 is given. Okay, later I will say 4 grams per centimeter cube. Where is 4 grams per centimeter cube? Nowhere it is there. Okay. So they gave it as 4000 kg per meter cube. In gram per centimeter cube, only two options. This is not true as well as this is not true. So let us try to convert the same in kg per meter cube and let us try to check the answer. So conversion. 1 gram, how many kgs? 1 by 1000 kgs. I would like to write it as 10 power minus 3 kgs. Okay. Earlier I told you 1 meter cube is 10 power 6 centimeter cube. So 1 centimeter cube will be 10 power minus 6 meter cube. So here 10 power minus 6 meter cube. This will be 4 into 10 power. This is here 10 power minus 3 is there and here 10 power minus 6 is there. Bring this denominator to numerator. So minus 6 will become plus 6. Then how much will be? 10 power minus 3 into 10 power plus 6. Units are kg per meter cube. Minus 3 and plus 6, how much? Minus 3 plus 6 or 6 minus 3 is 3. So the answer is 4 into 10 power 3 kg per meter cube. 10 power 3 is 1000. 4 into 1000 is 4000 kg per meter cube. So where is the answer? This one. First option. 4000 kg per meter cube. Children, don't get confused. So as we got here 4 gram per centimeter, don't get confused and keep a mark here. It is need to convert in kg per meter cube. Okay. So go with the proper units. So next. A rectangular glass slab of some object has mass. This mass you correct it as 1 by 4 kg children. How much is that? Mass is taken as, I'll recheck. Its mass is given as 1 by 4 kg. So rectangular glass slab of some object has mass as 1 by 4 kg. Length, breadth and height are 3 centimeter, 2 centimeter and 2 centimeter respectively. That object sinks in water, floats in water, sometimes sinks and sometimes floats. So let us try to find out. So here first of all let us try to find out its density. As you know, the formula for density equals to mass by volume. So mass means this here it is given in CGS system and here it is in SI system. As I have given you, corrected it as 1 by 4 kg. 1/4 kg means, see, 1 kg means 1000 grams. Half kg means 500 grams. So 1/4 kg means 250 grams. So mass instead of 1/4 kg, let me write it as 250 grams upon volume. It is, what shape is this? Rectangular glass slab, rectangle. So for a rectangle means cuboid shape. Cuboid means volume of a cuboid is length into breadth into height. So length is given as 3, volume is given as 2 and height is given as 2. So volume is equals to length into breadth into height, that is 3 centimeter into 2 centimeter into 2 centimeter. Hence your answer would be 250 grams upon 3 to 6 to 12 centimeter cube. After further simplification, 250 upon by 12 is how much you are getting, children. Hence the density would be 12 to 24, 2.5, 25 gram per centimeter cube. Isn't it, children? Yes. But generally the density of water is 1 gram per centimeter cube. And this glass slab density is 25 gram per centimeter cube. So clearly density of glass slab is greater than the density of water, which is to be 1 gram per centimeter cube. Hence this glass slab will sinks inside the water. Okay, that's all. Next, Statement numerical problem. The density of body A is given as 0.2 gram per centimeter cube and the density of body B is given as 0.08 kg per meter cube. Which one is correct among them? So, density of A, how much is given? 0.2 gram per centimeter cube. Whereas, density of B is given to be 0.08 kg per meter cube. Here it is in CGS system, here it is in SI system. So, let us try to convert both in same units. So, again, what we'll do? 0.08 kg means 1000 grams upon meter cube. 1 meter is 100 centimeters. So, meter cube means 100 into 100 into 100. How many zeros? 6 zeros, centimeter cube. Okay. After further simplification, 0.08 by 1000. How much it would be? 0.2 zeros, again 3 zeros, 0.0008 gram per centimeter cube. Very small value. Okay, so density of body is only 0.2 whereas density of the body B is 0.00008 gram per centimeter cube. So the body A float in water? No, the density of B is there. No, so this will be floating in water. Both. This is also lesser than 1 gram per centimeter cube. That is also lesser than 1 gram per centimeter. Hence, the correct option is 4. Two bodies A and B both float in water. Okay. Because the density of water is 1 gram per centimeter cube. So, density of body A as well as body B is lesser than the density of water. Hence, both the objects will float in water. Next, a wood is density 680 kg per meter cube. It is submerged in 3 liquids. Wood is given 3 liquids it has been submerged. One is alcohol, the other is water and the third one is glycerin. 3 liquids. Water, alcohol, glycerin. The density of alcohol is given to be 780 kg per meter cube. Water was 1 gram per centimeter cube and glycerin is 1.250 gram per centimeter. Which liquid the wood will less submerged? So, clearly we know that everywhere the common object is wood only. So, density of the wood remains constant. So, clearly we know the formula that density equals to mass by volume. Okay, here the density is constant. Everywhere the density is constant. 3 different liquids, water and glycerin. So then in which liquid the wood will be less submerged they have given. Mass, you need to compare the densities. So no need of anything. So everywhere, here just simply observe this 680. Density of wood is 680. Density of alcohol is 780. Which is lesser? So clearly I will be writing like this. So density of, what is that? Wood is lesser than density of alcohol. Why? Because here wood it is 680 and here it is given as 780. So lesser value. Similarly, if you consider that density of wood when compared to water, density of wood is given as 680 kg per meter cube, whereas density of water it was given as 1 gram per centimeter cube. So to convert gram per centimeter cube into kg per meter cube, what you need to do is you need to convert it. So how much is that? 1 gram per centimeter cube is nothing but 1 gram means 1 by 1000, 10 power minus 3 kg. 1 centimeter cube means 10 power minus 6 meter cube. Okay. So finally minus 6 goes upwards means 10 power 3 kg per meter cube. So 1 gram per centimeter cube is equals to 10 power 3 kg per meter cube. Hence 10 power 3 is nothing but your 1000 kg per meter cube. Density of water is 1000 kg per meter cube. So clearly density of water which is 1000 kg per meter cube is greater than the density of wood. Other case, you need to consider density of wood. How much is this given? 680. Okay. And the third case, it was given as glycerin. So in glycerin, if you consider, so 1.250 gram per centimeter cube, if you want to convert in kg per meter cube, it should be multiplied with 1000. So 10 power 3. So 1.250 into 10 power 3 kg per meter cube. Into 10 power 3 means it will be 1250 kg per meter cube. So how much is that? Density of glycerin is found to be 1250 kg per meter cube. Clearly, density of alcohol is greater than density of wood. Density of water is greater than density of wood. Density of glycerin is also found to be greater than density of wood. So all the three cases, the wood will start floating. But what was asked means in which liquid the wood is less submerged. Okay. So more the density, lesser will be, like it will be floating. Okay. Then among these, which is having more density? Glycerin is having more density. So the wood will float more when compared to. So that means more floating means less submerged. Okay, children. So answer is your second option. So little you need to understand in a proper way, children. First of all, you need to focus. So what is given means density of the wood is given. So density of the wood is given as 680 kg per meter cube. That is clear. Now density of alcohol is given as 780 kg per meter cube. Density of water is given as 1 gram per centimeter cube. In SI system it is 1000 kg per meter cube. Whereas density of glycerin is 1.250 gram per centimeter cube. After converting, you will get 1250 kg per meter cube. Higher the density, lesser will be submerged, more will be floating. Higher the density, more upthrust, buoyancy force is acting. This is a new part to you. So because of that upward pushing force, okay, so this will float more. That means it will be immersed less. It will be submerged less. So more the density, lesser it will be submerged. So as glycerin density is more, the wood will be submerged less in glycerin. Okay, children, go through this concept once again. A density bottle weighs 20.25 grams when it was empty. So density bottle is there. Bottle has the mass of the bottle is given. Empty mass of empty bottle is given as 20.25 grams. And when this bottle is filled with some liquid, its mass is 40.75 grams. So liquid is also being added into it, then it will become 40.75 grams. And when the same bottle is filled with water, its mass is found to be 50.25 grams. So which one is the correct among this? Let us see. Children, you know that density equals to mass by volume. Okay, so you are asked to find out whether which is correct among the X is floating in water, X is sinking water. We can't say X and water sometimes only. So you have to compare the two liquids, that is liquid X as well as liquid water. Clearly if the density bottle, initially the density bottle is same. Initially the density bottle is filled with liquid. Later the density bottle is filled with water. Both the cases, volume remains constant. In both the cases, volume remains constant. So clearly, density is proportional to mass, because same volume means larger the mass, larger will be density. Lesser the mass, lesser will be density. If you compare these two, liquid mass is 40.75, whereas water mass has 50.25 grams. Which one is having more mass? Obviously water. So as mass of water is greater than mass of liquid, we have density of water is greater than density of liquid. So what is there? So whose density is more? Water density is more. So since water density is more than the liquid, obviously liquid will start floating on the water. So the name of the liquid was given as X. So X is floating in water. Clear? So other cases X floats on water. Can we say? Yes, of course we can say. So X will float in water because the density of the liquid X is lesser when compared to the density of water. Moving ahead, question number 36. A sphere of radius 1.4 meter and weighs 500 kg. That sphere is, what happens to the sphere? So what is given? Radius is given and mass is given. You are asked to find out whether it floats or sinks in water. In order to find out float or sinks, we need to find out the density. Again, the formula for density is nothing but mass by volume. Isn't it, children? So, mass, as it is a sphere, spherical in shape, whenever it is spherical in shape and radius is given, the formula for volume of the sphere, spherical body is 4 by 3 pi r cube. 4 by 3 pi, the value of pi is 22 by 7 and r the radius of the sphere. Hence, mass is directly given as how much, children? 500 kg. But to find out volume, you need to apply the formula, that is how much? 4 by 3 pi r cube. First of all, let us try to find out the value of volume. So, volume formula is 4 by 3 pi r cube, that is equals to 4 by 3 into, instead of pi, you can take it as 22 by 7. And radius, how much they gave? 1.4. Radius cube means 1.4 into 1.4 into 1.4. Further simplification, you get it as like this is 0.2. This is, so simplify this, children. 1.4 into 1.4 into, no, it's better. I'll write it 1.4 cube, I'll consider this. Then this will become 22.4 by 3 into 22 by 7 into 1.4 whole cube. This will be something around 4 by 3 into 22 by 7 into 14 cube is something around 272.744. Yes, 1.4 square is 2.744. Okay. So after simplification, you will be getting the value as, so volume of the sphere is found to be, simplify and find the children value, it will be something around 11.5. What is that? 11.5 meter cube. So volume you found that to be, the volume is found to be 11.5 meter cube. Okay. And hence the density will be equals to 500 kg upon 11.5 meter cube. After further simplification, it is found to be 43.48. What is this, children? 43.48 kg per meter cube. Okay. Try simplifying that. You will be getting this value as 43.48 kg per meter cube. So sphere of radius, that sphere will sink in water, float in water, or sometimes. Children, you know that the density of water is 1000 kg per meter cube, whereas the density of the solid sphere is only 43.48 kg per meter cube. So definitely the sphere starts floating on water. Okay, so density of sphere is lesser when compared to the density of water, that is 1000 kg per meter cube. So sphere floats on water. So children, next, a boy constructed a paper boat. Okay, paper boat. With paper you will be making boat like structure and all. A boy constructed a paper boat. A small stone is kept inside the boat. The masses of paper and stones are 15 grams and 50 grams. Mass of stone is 15 grams. No. Mass of paper is 15 grams and mass of stone is 50 grams. And the volumes are, paper volume is 40 centimeter cube, that ship volume is 40 centimeter cube, whereas the stone volume is 75 meter cube. It can't be 75 meter cube, it can be centimeter cube. Make a correction, children, this is not meter cube, it should be centimeter cube. Centimeter cube. Okay, well, so stone volume is 75 centimeter cube and this paper volume might be 40 centimeter cube. How can it fix? Okay, the boat is kept into the kerosene oil. The boat is allowed to float in a kerosene oil. The density of kerosene is given as 0.8 gram per centimeter cube. Then you are asked to find out whether the boat will sink inside or the boat will float, or we can't say. Let us again try to find out the same model. So density formula, density equals to mass by volume. Density equals to mass by volume. How much is the mass given? Yeah, total mass. So total mass is, one is paper you have, the other is stone you have. Total mass by total volume. Again, volume of the paper boat and volume of the stone together. So M1 is how much? 15 and M2 is 50. So 15 grams plus 50 grams upon volume. V1 plus V2 is 40 centimeter cube plus 75 centimeter cube. So how much you are getting, children? 15 plus 50 is 65 and 40 plus 75 is 115. So this is 65 grams upon 115 centimeter cube. Hence, the density was found to be 65 by 115. It would be something around 0.565 gram per centimeter cube. Okay, children. So what is the answer? 0.565 gram per centimeter cube. So let us see whether it floats or, yeah, here the density of kerosene is given to be 0.8 grams and here the density of paper board along with the stone is found to be 0.565 grams. So which one is more? Density of kerosene is more when compared to the density of paper boat and stone. Hence, this paper boat along with stone starts floating on the kerosene. So the boat is float in the kerosene oil. So second answer. Understood? So children, so with this we can conclude this chapter, the measurement chapter. We have to finally 11 worksheets are there and we have successfully completed all the worksheets. Okay. Now let us move to the SAT questions. Okay.